What up? It's K.Honesty, and I'm about to do a review of Married to Medicine, Season 11, Episode 6. So if you haven't seen Episode 6 of Season 11 of Married to Medicine, turn this video off, go watch the episode, then come back and watch this review. And please like the review, comment, subscribe. It's the best way to support my channel. It's anonymous, it's free. It takes 5 seconds of your time, your valuable time that I know you don't want to waste. So 5 seconds is not a lot to take or give away. If you like things Married to Medicine, then liking this video will help more things in your algorithm pop up for Married to Medicine related. It helps support Black content creation. The list goes on and on. Just help support by liking and subscribing. Commenting below what you would grade this week's episode, what you thought of it. If it's anything that I forget or I leave out or I'm off on, let me know in the comments. Did I say the grade? Yeah, grade the episode, what you thought of it this week. I'm not a public speaker, so I will tend to fumble my words and say and so and like. And I may stop to regain my thoughts, and I may slow my speaking down to regain my thoughts. And I'm going to definitely be looking at my notes over here that I take throughout the show. And anything I say is my opinion. It does not reflect anyone or anything associated with the show. And, yeah, I like to grade the episodes before and after my reviews. I'm going to grade this episode, like I said in my Real Housewives of Potomac review. I feel like I enjoyed Real Housewives of Potomac more than Married to Medicine this week. Not to say Married to Medicine was bad, but not a lot happened this episode. I'm going to give this week's episode a C+. Yeah, I mean, we got the makeup between Quad and Simone, but other than that, not a lot happened for me this episode. I'm going to give it a C+. Maybe I'll change it at the end of this review. Maybe I won't. We'll see after I'm done talking about it, but last chance. This is Married to Medicine, Season 11, Episode 6, the review. If you have not seen it, turn this video off so you don't get any spoilers. Okay, so the episode, it begins where we left off 2 weeks ago in the last episode, where this big blow up between Contessa and Heavenly leaves a sour taste in everybody's mouth, so everybody kind of leaves dinner except for Quad, Simone, and Phaedra. They're like, man, we're going to stay. We're hungry. So, Heavenly and Jackie do end up coming back to the table. Quad immediately tells Heavenly, you know, you was wrong for making that mama comment about Contessa. And this is when Jackie, she's like, is there any other issues that need to be addressed? So Quad addresses Jackie. She's like, well, speaking of what Toya said, did you only apologize to me to pacify me? Did you only apologize to me to pacify me? And Jackie's like, oh no, I was genuinely sorry. I genuinely apologize. So then Quad, you know, she gets emotional, starts talking about what she went through after leaving Napa. She's like, I couldn't eat. I was losing weight. It's just like now every time Quad goes into that state, I just think of Toya being like, this is so dramatic. Not saying that she's not right. I mean, she's not, what's the word? She's not in her right to feel the way she feels, but it's just like her and that country accent and her dramatics just be having me going. So she's getting emotional talking about what she went through after leaving Napa. So Heavenly's like, well, what can we do for you? And Quad's like, just don't do that shit again, because I care about you guys too so much. So and it was funny because Quad said, I can't remember when she said it on this episode, but she says sometime in this episode, she says she went 7 weeks and she hadn't heard from nobody. And I'm like, well, this is what they was trying to tell you last season, that they go long periods of times without hearing from you. So now you kind of see what they've been going through. But either way, so Simone chimes in. She's like, well, you know, this is when Simone and Quad kind of make up. She's like, well, we were good after Napa, so where did things go left? And Quad brings up, you know, things went left with us because of what happened at the reunion. And of course, they show the clip. Simone brings up some personal things that happened with Quad at the reunion that Quad didn't want her to. So Simone genuinely apologizes for that. Which is crazy because, like Simone said, even after that, her and Quad was still good. So what made them fall out again? That's what I would, if I was Simone, I would have asked that again. But Simone just like, she gonna leave it alone. She don't bring that up. Like, we were good even after what I said at the reunion. So Jackie leads them all in prayer, and that's how the end of that scene happens. So we get this moment. Jackie is sharing. I think it's the next day. Jackie's sharing with Heavenly and Quad that she's planning the Med Gala, which we got to see last season for the first time. She's spearheading it this season. She lets them know that it's coming up. Going to be bigger than the last one with y'all's blase. Heavenly in this moment does admit that she was wrong for saying what she said about Contessa's mama. But Quad and Heavenly both in their confessional they basically point out that Heavenly does use your mama just basically as a knee-jerk response, like a defense mechanism. They show all the clips of Heavenly just saying your mama back. So it's kind of like, I mean, we get it. But Contessa gave her a chance to change what she said. She's like, my mother who died in 2010. That's when Heavenly should have been like, well, I ain't mean to say your mama, but bitch, blah, 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 blah. But instead, Heavenly doubled down and was like, yes. So I kind of get where Contessa's coming from, too. So we had these back and forth scenes with Heavenly talking with Jackie and Quad, and then Contessa talking with Phaedra. And Contessa is basically saying, I'm just going to keep my distance from Heavenly. And she's like, maybe there's some hope for us. Something could happen between us organically. But as far as the group trying to bring us together or trying to get us to talk, it's not going to happen. And I agree. It's just like everything. I mean, I get that y'all on camera and this is the stuff that we want to see. We want to see y'all makeup and we want to see this and we want to see that. But I get what she said. Like, yeah, let things just happen naturally, because every time y'all try to bring a situation to the forefront to resolve it, it goes left. So we get these scenes back in Atlanta. Cecil, Greg, and Scott, they ATV riding. And Damon and Eugene are hanging out at Eugene's place. So with Cecil, Greg, and Scott, Scott sharing that apparently the practice that him and Contessa have together, Contessa's there 70% of the time, he's there 30% of the time. They show this corny ass video of him talking about, I get to go to the gym, and him taking his doctor's robe off. And I'm just like, it's not, that didn't hit the way I guess he thought it was going to hit. I don't know. And then they all sitting wondering what the women are doing on the trip and how they getting along. And so Damon and Eugene immediately brings up the tension between Damon and Greg. He says he thinks that Greg feels a little dismissed by Damon. And Damon's like, well, I respect that, but Greg, he needs to speak up if he's hurt. It's just like, you can't read Dr. Damon. He's so smooth and quiet and stuff, but then he say little slick shit. It's just like, but you don't take it to offense because he's so timid. He's such a timid guy. Somebody's car alarm is going to fuck off. So back with Cecil, Scott, and Greg, Cecil's asking Greg, has he talked to Damon since that when they all hung out, Damon called him sensitive. And Greg's like, no. And he's like, I feel like Damon owes me an apology because his wife is the one that went haywire, not my wife. So Cecil and Scott both tell Greg, like, it shouldn't even matter who comes to who as the bigger man, if y'all really are friends or whatever the case may be. And Scott's basically telling Greg, Damon is either going to be quiet when it comes to what Heavenly does, or at the same time, he going to defend his wife, as we all should. And Greg's like, well, maybe. And Cecil's like, well, you got to decide if the friendship's really worth it. And Greg is like, well, maybe I can reach out and be the bigger man to Damon, reach out. Which, in my opinion, I don't think he should. I'm not the biggest fan of Dr. Greg, but it's just like, Dr. Damon, he know what the hell Dr. Heavenly be doing. It's not saying that you should be apologizing because your wife is going to do some shit again. But it's just like, you should be more understanding to where Dr. Greg's coming from. So they go back to Eugene and Greg, and Eugene tells Damon that he feels like Greg is going through a lot, you know, being with Sweet Tea being on the show with Quad, and going through with Heavenly, and he tells he tells Damon that Greg is maybe looking for Damon to be the bigger man. And Damon don't say nothing. He's just like, well, yeah, I appreciate this, man. This was nice. The bourbon was good. It's just like Damon just be, he kind of dismissive, but it's like you don't take offense to it, like I said, because she's so timid. So the ladies arrive to the saloon, and they sit down around the bonfire, and mind you, Jackie ass got knocked down. So they finally show what happened with Jackie in this episode. Jackie got knocked down because Contessa pulled away from her. So it's just like, I mean, if you ain't stronger than a woman that weightlifts, you need to stay out of it, Jackie. So Jackie ass had the nurse come, and she got a sling on her body. She acting like she's so hurt. But she says in her confession that she only doing that because she want to show them what could have really happened versus what actually happened. I'm just like, girl, ain't nobody thinking about your ass. You need to stay out of younger. I ain't gonna say young, because they not that much younger than Jackie, but stay out of younger people's shit when they get into it. It's other people that can break it out. I get those your friends, but Contessa is a weight builder. I mean, she was a bodybuilder. You should have knew she was gonna be able to yank away from your ass and your ass fall to the ground. It's not funny. I mean, it's funny now because she okay, but yeah. So yeah, fast forward. So they around the bonfire, Contessa apologizes for her actions the night before, and then she apologizes to Jackie, even though she don't even know if she's the one that knocked Jackie down. She's like, she don't know. Contessa's like, I don't know what happened that night, but she clearly was the one that made Jackie fall. But it's just like, her adrenaline was pumping. Shit was being talked. It was like, what could she do? So, Simone was like, well, I don't know what happened to make things go left last night. And Contessa's like, look, I'm tired of everybody defending Heavenly's bullshit. She calls bullshit on that. She's like, y'all know what happened. Y'all know what made things go left. I don't know why everybody want to act like they don't know. And then she's like, Quad, do you want to chime in? Quad's like, Quad don't say nothing. I thought that was funny. Quad didn't say shit. So then Phaedra's like, well, when we all return to Atlanta, we should actively work on these fractured relationships. Contessa and Heavenly, they both cut her off. They basically both agree, you know, let's just let shit happen. Let's just let shit be what it's going to be. Let things happen organically. If it don't, it do. Sweet Tea chimes in, brings up Heavenly consistently insulting people. And Heavenly's like, I don't want to hear nothing you saying right now. I'm not answering the shit you saying. And the ladies are even trying to, they in their confessional like, Sweet Tea, no, like, read the room. They basically trying to tell Sweet Tea to, like, just chill out, leave it alone. And Sweet Tea's just like, well, I'm just trying to say, it's just like, girl, you can tell you the newest one because you still trying to input and they telling you to just chill and leave it be right now. So then they do bring up Quad and Simone making amends. They like, at least all wasn't lost on this trip. They made amends. They all get up, hold hands, and pray. And as Phaedra's leading them in prayer toys in her confessional, like, yes, I hope that we all learn to be more friends and not just surface like you, Phaedra. she gonna be on Phaedra's ass. And I don't blame her. Like, yeah, you knew. We gotta learn more about you because we know everything about these cast members. We done seen everything from season 1, what they've been through. So the ladies get back home. We get these little cutaway scenes. I don't really remember everything that happened in the little cutaway, little short snippets. I ain't really writing nothing about that. So Scott's sitting down with Contessa, and he's telling her that Curtis called him and told him that Jackie called him and told him that Contessa made her go airborne. I thought that was funny. Contessa's like, what? Is that what they're saying? That's what they're saying? So then Scott starts explaining her altercation with Heavenly. And Scott's like, well, you know, I'm not confrontational with you. You know, every time we get into it, I sit and I listen, and I get up and I go away. And Contessa's like, yeah, you know, I don't like that shit. And she's like, and this is why Heavenly's calling you abusive, because you have an avoided personality. So then she tells Scott about Heavenly speaking on her mom, and you know they both agree. You know, let's just keep Heavenly surface and be cordial, and not get close with her again. Then she had the nerve to be in her confessional talking about some. So she told Scott, I thought you were Heavenly's favorite or something like that. And I was like, when did you ever think that? She be going on Scott so much, especially the season before Contessa left. I was just like, when did you ever think that that Scott was Heavenly's favorite? But either way, we get this final scene where Jackie meets with her party planner at her house at Jackie's house, and she does share that this year's Met Gala, unlike last year, they're going to be raising money for an organization called For Cure for Moms. I don't know, forgive me if I'm mispronouncing it, but it's basically an organization that helps improve maternity mortality. So Jackie starts expressing to the party planner her worries about her being over budget. And she's like, she hopes that, because I guess she asked Phaedra a couple of months ago to be co-chair for this event, and she's like, I hope Phaedra sold all the tickets. So then Phaedra arrives, and they sitting down, they're talking about the event, and the party planner's asking Jackie, like, who'd you invite? And Jackie's like, well, I went through my call log, and the party planner's asking Phaedra, well, do you have the link? And Phaedra's like, no. And Jackie's like, you do have the link, I sent it to you. And Phaedra pulls her phone up. She's like, oh, I have 73 unread messages. I'm just like, and this is who you asked to help plan. Why did she ask Phaedra of all people? I don't know. Phaedra keeps talking about, because I get stuff done, and I'm this and I'm that. But you ain't even, she wasn't prepared for anything. They asking her stuff. She's like, but I did make a list of all my favorite doctors, and I know they going to give us some money. And she's like, she's like, well, I hope, Jackie's like, I hope so, because I'm 15K. She's like, I'm 15K in the hole. And she's like, how much do you think we're going to raise, Phaedra? And Phaedra's like, oh, I think we can get an easy 100K. And Jackie's looking at her like, so Jackie says in her confessional, she's like, the initial amount we planned to raise was only 20K. And now Phaedra talking about 100K. She's like, I'm not trying to get no hopes up. And Phaedra's like, oh, trust me, Jackie, this is what I do. We're going to get you some money. Trust me. She's looking at the party planner. I'm going to get some money. We can get some money. She calls one of the doctor's people. They don't even answer. Jackie's like, look, I'm nervous. And Phaedra's like, look, I promise you, we're going to get you some money. And that's how the episode ends. And I was just like, bruh, Phaedra is funny, bruh. Phaedra's a funny character. Like I said, I would give it a C+. Not a lot happened. It wasn't unentertaining. Like I said in my Real Housewives of Potomac review, I feel like since we missed a week of both of these shows, that them coming back both this week, I feel like that's why they wasn't as bad as we would think they were. I think it was good. I would give it a C+. We see in next week's episode, Heavenly tries to kind of like bullhorn and take over because Phaedra ain't doing shit. I mean, it looks like Phaedra not doing shit. So I don't blame, but Heavenly too. But putting Heavenly involved, I don't know. Does anything else happen? Nothing that I can really remember. Yeah, I can't remember anything else happening. I can't really remember anything else that's happening, but yeah, we shall see. Those are my little thoughts and what have yous for this week's episode, what's to come or whatever. Comment below what you would grade this week's episode and what you thought of it. And if there was anything that I forgot or left out or was off on, please comment below. Like and subscribe to the channel. Like I said, if you want to see more things Married to Medicine, liking this video will help your algorithm pull up more things about Married to Medicine. And it will help my channel grow, help your timeline, help my timeline. It's easy. It's anonymous. I won't know it's you. It's free. No money out your pocket. It takes less than 5 seconds to do. So if you sat here for 20 minutes and watch this review, then you can take 5 seconds to like and subscribe. It helps Black content creation, up and coming, like myself. I mean, the list goes on and on. So just like and subscribe. Comment below. Thanks for watching this review, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.